What's up everyone, welcome to Heroes Avenue, and today we're going to talk about the life after Justice League. So, I've been waiting for Justice League for the longest time since I was a kid, and when it finally came out I was super juiced, and I was really excited to see it, despite all the drama that came with Justice League movie. And I was pretty satisfied with the movie, but there was a lot of drama after the movie, like a lot. If you guys haven't been following the news or haven't been following us, there has been a lot of drama. We've learned a lot of things, and I want to talk about all of it, or I guess most of it, and just to give you guys a summary of how I feel about this whole Justice League thing now. And yeah, so right off the bat, after Justice League was released, everyone was wondering how much money was this movie gonna make. People were estimating, oh, it's gonna break 110 million. It's gonna break 130 million. Nope. It only made, I think, 96 million opening weekend domestically in North America. That means it couldn't break 100 million. Star Wars made I think they made over 100 million easily just this past weekend, easily. And it was really, really embarrassing for WB to take the hit. So far they made, I think, around like 650 million so far worldwide. That's worldwide, not domestically, that's worldwide. And Star Wars has already made around 400 million worldwide. It hasn't even been a week yet, and Justice League has been out for quite some time. I think it's been like about 5 weeks already. And that's really bad considering, Warner Brothers and DC, they banked on this movie to break $1 billion, right? That was the whole reason why they made this movie, was to break $1 billion, just like how Marvel did with Avengers. And it's really embarrassing, and I feel really bad because I love these characters. I love these actors. They're so into their characters. And all the interviews that we saw them in, they were so excited for this movie to come out. They really believed in this movie, but I'm assuming they didn't watch the movie, before going around touring the world. So it's really hard to see DC take an L, but Warner Brothers did do it to themselves by getting their hands in the cookie jar when they shouldn't have. Alright, and so yeah, it's really embarrassing. And the second thing that happened after Justice League was the backlash, the huge backlash from all the fans, especially from me and Rob, was that the things that we learned about the Snyder Cut. One huge one was that the black Superman suit was actually in the original cut that Zack Snyder wanted to make. And that is just insane. Like, how are you gonna remove that from the film? Like, everyone's been expecting that. Everyone wanted that. You guys even teased it. Man, it's crazy. Like, how are you gonna, like, that just ruined, I guess, a lot of our expectations for the film. But instead we got like a grave digging scene with the Justice League and a shirtless Superman. So it could have been better. Another thing that we learned was that a lot of the scenes from the trailers weren't in the film. So I rewatched a lot of the trailers, and I was really bummed out to not see these certain scenes. Another thing that we found out was that Darkseid was originally in the Zack Snyder cut. So was more scenes at Atlantis, more scenes from Barry Allen in Central City, and some scenes from Apocalypse with Darkseid. A lot of these scenes were cut out of the final cut because of Kevin Tsuchihara, the CEO of Warner Brothers, as well as Joss Whedon's take on the reshoots. So those are really huge factors that were left out of the film, and I don't blame all the fans from backlashing and even wanting a Zack Snyder cut So, you know, this online petition that all these fans are making right now, you know, it's pretty ridiculous. I don't really think it's ever gonna come out, just because Zack Snyder is he doesn't want anything to do with the film, and Warner Brothers doesn't want him near the film either. So, but I understand where the where the fans are coming from and how hard they're really trying to get this cut made, but yeah, it's never gonna happen. I guess the third thing that happened after the film was that, you know, with the huge disappointment with Justice League, Warner Brothers fired a lot of executives at the business. I don't blame them. I really want them to really take out all the people that ruined this film, everyone that put their input, everyone that felt like, you know, doing a grave digging scene was the best take, to get fired. And also Warner Brothers demoted Jeff Johns. So Jeff Johns is a really great writer at the DC Comics, and you know, they demoted him. He did have a really good role in the DC films. He actually wrote the Wonder Woman movie with the help of someone else. I forgot his name, but they, ever since the disappointment of Justice League, you know, they demoted him as a advisor at this point, meaning he's really, you know, he'll give his input, but you know, they don't have to listen to him. He's not an authority at all. And so that's, you know, I understand where they're coming from, because he doesn't have a film background. He only writes comic books. You know, I'm half and half on their decision, but at the same time, we still need someone that knows these characters like the back of their hand. You know what I mean? Jeff Johns is an amazing writer. So, you know, it is what it is. The fourth thing that came out of, you know, post Justice League was the new release DC slate. So DC came out with a new DC slate of movies that is just complete bullshit. It just doesn't matter anymore, because they basically lied to us through, you know, through all the trailers that, you know, some of these scenes weren't going to be in the film, and you know, DC already has this built up drama, and they really expect us that these films are going to be made. But you know, we're not that dumb, Warner Brothers. We're really, the fans are really smart. You know, we really pay attention to every detail. So especially with me, I pay attention to the box office, I pay attention to the comments, you know, and I see the reaction that Warner Brothers keeps on doing. And that DC slate that they just came out with means nothing to me. Really means nothing to me. I really want to make another video just explaining why it means nothing to me. I'll go even more in depth on that and how ridiculous their plan is. Warner Brothers definitely needs to work on themselves before seeing the future of a failed franchise, right? And after all those points, the big question is, and with what I know now, with all the drama, with everything bundled up, I would honestly have wanted to wait another year. I would have rather waited another year just to release a better quality film, with scenes that did not look like reshoots, and just a better quality film overall, with the story that we wanted, and with the story that Warner Brothers actually are confident with. I just would have rather waited, just like Batman vs Superman. I would have wanted to wait another year just to at least make these films seem like they belong in the same universe. Like, if you compare Batman vs Superman and Justice League, they look like two separate movies. Like, it's crazy. Like, at least make the transition a lot more smoother. Just doesn't feel right. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts after Justice League, with all the drama? Would you want to wait another year, or are you satisfied with the film that we have now? Definitely write your comments below. Like this channel, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.